Hey, what is up, guys? It's Simbucky here. How are you guys doing? Just got finished watching the Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal, and I must say they have so many cool features coming to this year's Call of Duty game. I'm going to quickly go through some of the highlights in the reveal itself, and then I'm going to go in depth into some of the features that they showed. If you guys didn't watch it, they started off talking about the current gen versus next gen consoles and how the next gen system allowed Infinity Ward to bring a much more immersive Call of Duty game this year. Then they went into the premiere and they showed a short little premiere with the multiplayer with some of the features that they're going to be bringing to this year. They showed the dog Riley. They showed new features such as the slide. They showed a new gun like the revolver. They showed that you can customize your soldier. They showed a new lean-in feature. And that you can build your own squad. They showed some new guns, new C4, new game modes called Search and Rescue, a leap or mantling system, new kill streaks, the dynamic maps, new launchers. They also showed a Juggernaut suit kill streak, which seemed kind of interesting. And they also showed a new knifing system to this game, which seems much different than it was in Black Ops 2. So safe to say knifing in Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be much easier and probably much more realistic than it is in Black Ops 2. They also showed that you can use the maps to get kills due to the dynamic maps. You can blow things up on the map and use that to kind of set off a chain reaction to get you kills. And at the end of the multiplayer reveal, they also showed a female character, which I found very interesting because we've never had a female character in any of the previous Call of Duty games. And so it's going to be interesting to see how people kind of play as a girl and to see if that kind of changes the gameplay and stuff like that. Also, they had Eminem talk. He had a little video where he explained that the song for the multiplayer reveal was his brand new song called Survival, which is going to be on his new album. And he also talked about his new song and how it's going to be incorporated into Call of Duty Ghosts. And he also said that there are going to be some new surprises that he and Infinity Ward are going to talk about later. After that, Hirschberg, the CEO of Activision, came on the stage and gave us a little talk about Call of Duty Ghosts and why it's so special. He talked about the three main features that Infinity Ward brought to Call of Duty Ghosts and why these three main features are going to make it such a better game than we've ever had before. The first feature is the soldier customization. We've had soldier customization, kind of like a basic version in Black Ops 1 where you can kind of change what character you have, what style you have, and kind of like that. But it's completely different for Call of Duty Ghosts. In this game, you're going to be able to customize everything about your character. Your face, any face paint, helmet, mask, shirt, jacket, pants, boots. Just everything you can think of, you're going to be able to customize for your character. And Hirschberg also said that every time you customize your character with something new, it's going to change the gameplay for that character. So something I can imagine is that if you put on, the less things you put on, or maybe if you put thin things on, like no jacket, just a little shirt or something, your character will be able to move faster and be a little bit more elusive, but will be easier to kill. But if you put on, thicker things, you put on a jacket, maybe a flak jacket or something like that, you'll move much slower, but it'll take more things to kill you, more bullets. Maybe you'll be less affected by grenades and stuff like that. So it's interesting how you can customize your character to kind of fit your own personal style, and how each customization affects the gameplay for the character. The second thing he said, the second feature, is the world and maps and how it's always changing. He said that due to the dynamic maps, the map and the world will always be changing, and there'll also be player inflicted damage onto a map. So through the video, something they show is that you can disrupt the flow of a map just by blowing up something integral to a part of it. So if you blow up like a huge gas station in the middle of the map, that can affect how the gameplay is, and it can maybe move some of the high traffic points towards wherever you are. The third feature that they talked about was the new elite system. So you can kind of take this with you on the go, on your tablet, your computer, your phone. If you go to a friend's house, you can bring it with you. But you can also carry over your stats from one console to another. So I found that very interesting. Say you're playing on your Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, and then you go to your friend's house. When you sign in on your account, all of your stats are automatically going to be there. You won't have to redo things. They're already there. And this isn't just the multiplayer. This is the other things as well. Also, they did talk about how stats are going to carry over from the current gen to the next gen. And this was one of the biggest things that I'm glad that they did talk about. Because if you're like me and you're going to be playing this on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, or if you're going to be playing it on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, your stats will carry over from the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 to the next gen of the same family. So if you're playing on the PlayStation 3, you can only carry it to the PlayStation 4. If you're on the Xbox 360, you can only carry it to the Xbox One. But I found that very interesting because I'm going to be playing this on both the PS3 and PS4. And I was always curious as to how what I do on the PlayStation 3, how will that be affected on the PlayStation 4? And so being able to carry your stats over is such an integral part of the game. I could play on my PlayStation 3, I can prestige a character, and then when I go to the PlayStation 4, my data is automatically going to carry over to that. So that's very good, especially if you're going to have a next-gen system. He also talked about 7 new game modes, including a game mode called Cranked, which is similar to Team Deathmatch, but once you get a kill, you have to get a kill within 30 seconds of that. Otherwise, you're going to die and you're going to have to kind of start over again. They also announced 20 new kill streaks to Call of Duty Ghosts, and many new guns, and a new co-op mode. And they also said that everything in this game is going to be running at a full 60 frames per second, so everything is going to be very fluid, very fast, and not seem glitchy at all. He also said that the Modern Warfare series was the gold standard of gaming, but now it's going to be Ghost. So they have a lot of things planned for this game to kind of set it out from anything we've ever seen in the past. After this, Hirschberg left, and Mark Rubin, the CEO at Infinity Ward, came out, and he said that this is the biggest multiplayer overhaul since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and that this is the most flexible system they have ever created. You can create a soldier. Rather than create a class, you have something called Create a Soldier. So you can have up to 10 soldiers that you create, called a squad, and each soldier is going to have their own loadout system, and that you can kind of go and change between different soldiers. You can customize your character to match who you are as a person and what you are like. He said that there are going to be over 20,000 combinations. Also, they are now having, for the very first time, a female player included. So for you female gamers, you can play as a female. Finally, for the very first time in the Call of Duty franchise. So I found this interesting. I'm just curious as to how, will that affect your gameplay? Will a female character, be different than a male character? Or for the sake of being gender neutral, are they going to be basically the same? They also announced 20 new weapons to the game, as well as a new class called the Marksman Rifles class. Now, the Marksman Rifle class is going to have guns that are kind of borderline snipers that you can use as a semi-automatic rifle, or you can put a scope on it and it can become a single-shot sniper rifle. So I found that kind of interesting. And also, something they're having is called the dual render scopes. So if you're looking down your scope, you can see the enemy player, but at the same time, you can also see your peripheral vision to see if there are any other characters outside of that. And so the question that it brought to me is that, will this make it easier to quickscope and trick shot and things like that? Or will it be similar to how it is in Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3? In my opinion, having dual render scopes, having a wider field of vision might make it a little bit easier to quickscope, because you have a wider range of view. Also, something very interesting that they talked about was that they're going to have something similar to the Pick 10 class system. So you're going to have a budget in Call of Duty Ghosts, similar to what you had in Black Ops 1, where you earn XP and then you also earn a budget point system that you spend on guns and perks and kill streaks and things like that. Actually, something that they said is that you can buy guns and secondary weapons, but the attachments and the perks are going to be free. And I think they said the kill streaks are also going to be free and things like that, or something like that. Also, they're changing how you can equip your perks. You're going to have 8 points set out for your perks alone. So you can have you can have 8 perks that are worth 1 point each, or maybe 4 perks that are worth 2 points each. And he said that the perks are going to range from 1 point to 5 points, depending on the higher levels. So you can change up your perks to how you play your style. But something interesting that he included was that you can take out your secondary weapon slot to give more points to your perks. So you have the possibility of up to 11 perks in one class. So I found that kind of interesting. You can have kind of like a super soldier with just your primary weapon and 11 perks. Just run around and try to dominate the map and dominate the game. They also introduced 20 new kill streaks, including Riley the dog, and how he's going to be a character that gets kills, but also kind of acts like a UAV, as he will growl when the enemy is close by. So if you're running around the game and Riley starts growling near a corner, you can imagine that there's an enemy right around that corner. So that's something interesting that they're including. Something new that they're going to include is the Juggernaut suit. It's a kill streak where, you know, similar to how we had in Modern Warfare 3, you kind of drop the Juggernaut and you kind of put it on and you can start running around. They also had something new, which is kind of like a combination between the Predator missile and the Hailstorm of Black Ops 2. So it kind of seemed from the video, from the reveal, how you can kind of shoot one missile at a time, but you can shoot up to, I think, what seemed like 4 or 5 different missiles. So it's similar to the Hailstorm in Black Ops 2 in aspect that you can shoot 5 different like Predator missiles, but it's similar to the Predator missile in Modern Warfare 3 where you can only kind of shoot one at a time. And also they're kind of bringing back the kill streak packs that they had in Modern Warfare 3, such as the support kill streak pack to kind of support your team. He also said that they're trying to take away the air-based kill streaks and bring in more ground-based kill streaks. He said that the UAV kill streak is no longer going to be an airborne kill streak, but rather something that you put on the ground that you can hide around the map and kind of illuminate where your enemies are on the minimap. So I found that pretty cool. So you don't really need something to kind of blow it up anymore. You just kind of got to shoot it if you find it. They're bringing new reward systems to kind of contribute to your team. And also something that I love that they announced is that they're going to have no more death streaks. This is just amazing. If you guys play Modern Warfare 3 a lot, you're going to have to hate the death streaks. You're going to hate Final Stand. You're going to hate Dead Man's Hand and Martyrdom. And especially Dead Man's Hand. That thing is just an overpowered C4 that can just kill from mad range. So I'm so excited that they took out the death streaks for Call of Duty Ghosts. Also, you're going to earn your points similar to how you earn them in Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. You're going to earn XP, but at the same time, you're going to earn squad points, which are what you're going to use to buy your weapons and things like that. Also, you can have a squad of up to 10 soldiers, each of which have their own loadouts and their own prestige. So I found that very cool, that you can have basically 10 different players, each of which can have a different prestige. You can have a one soldier that's kind of your rushing soldier, and he can be, first prestige. And then you can have a soldier that's more for sniping or support, and he can be a 4th prestige. So I found that very interesting. And they announced that as you prestige, you keep everything that you've already earned. So you don't have to kind of go back and kind of unlock everything again. Everything that you've already unlocked stays with you as you carry over to the next prestige. Also, they did announce new game modes. Crank, which is the faster team deathmatch, which has a 30-second countdown between kills. And something called Search and Rescue, which is very similar to Search and Destroy, but this time, if you die, your team can revive you. Something that you can do, so when you die, similar to when Kill Confirmed, you're going to drop a tag. If your team manages to get that tag, you will be revived. But if the enemy picks up the tag first, you're going to be dead for the rest of that game. So something that kind of brought to my mind is that, will people end up camping tags similar to what they do in Kill Confirmed? For Search and Destroy, it's very important that you have the max amount of players, because if you're even down one player, you're giving a big advantage to the other team. So if you kill someone on the other team, would you try to go pick up that tag, or would you rather just wait there and kill the next person that comes to pick up the tag? It's kind of a win-lose situation. If you kill them, maybe they're able to revive their friend, or you can end up killing them and just camp 2 tags. So it's interesting to see how people are going to end up playing Search and Rescue, whether or not they camp tags or if they just try to play the objective. They also have a new game mode called Squads, which is going to be for either solo play, team play, or competitive play. And something interesting that they talked about is how the AI is going to be more human-like. They said how the AI will be able to drop shot, jump shot, camp corners, and things like that. Different to how they do it in Black Ops 2, where they're just kind of running around aimlessly with like auto aim. So in Ghost, they're going to be more human-like. They'll jump shot, drop shot, and things like that. And they said that Squads is for people of all skill types. So I found that very interesting, something new that they're bringing. And that if you play Squads, you can still earn XP towards your multiplayer game and the stats, which is pretty cool as well. They also said how loadouts will change how your squad acts. So if you give someone on your squad a sniper rifle, they will act more like a sniper. They will sit back, find a vantage point, and just pick people off, rather than how they do it in Black Ops 2, where they're just running around the map, maybe with the SVU, which is the dumbest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life, where they just kind of run around and just start spamming with it. I really don't know why that's a sniper rifle in Black Ops 2. But anyway, trying not to get off track. They said that it is for all skill level, and that squad will earn XP when you're offline. So if you make a squad of 5 people, you can design how each soldier in that squad acts and how they play. And when you're offline, if somebody comes and challenges your squad and your squad wins, you're gonna earn experience for that. So I found that pretty cool. You can either have different squads versus squads. You can have players versus squads and things like that, where you're always going to be earning experience points. So that's something very new that they're bringing only to Call of Duty Ghosts. So it's going to be interesting to see how people use that to earn experience and stuff like that. Also, they went back to that dynamic map system, saying that they're going to have player-triggered and map-changing kill streaks. Again, they talked about the new map Octane, where you can blow up the gas station and kind of change the flow of the game. Or you can play it smart, maybe blow up the side of a wall to kind of give you a better vantage point to different sides of the map. So it's much more dynamic, it's much more easier to control, similar to how it is in the Battlefield, where you can kind of blow things up that you might have necessarily not have been able to do in previous Call of Duties. They also said that in special game modes, they're going to hide care packages throughout the map. So they never specified what game modes, but say they'd put it in Search and Rescue, the Search and Destroy variant game. If you're running around, maybe it's kind of like an Easter egg. You can kind of look around, see if you find the care package, because that could end up being anything, and that could really be a huge boost to your team if you end up getting a very big kill streak, because you can pretty much end the game right there and then if you get a big kill streak. They also talked about the new technology that they're bringing to Ghosts and how they're going to change how you move throughout the map. You're having something called the knee slide, which is kind of similar to dolphin diving in Black Ops 2, but this time you're always going to be on the ground, and you can either go straight from running to crouch or from running to prone, so you can kind of choose how you do it. Also, they're doing the lean in system for the very first time in any Call of Duty game. If you run up to a corner, rather than just kind of jumping out over it to see who's there, you can just kind of lean over the edge, see who's there, just kind of peek out a little bit and see if you can pick up a couple kills. They're also changing the jump and mantling system to kind of a more quicker system. So if you're running, rather than having to stop and climb something, you could just easily just leap over it, and you can do this while shooting at the same time, which is something you cannot do in Black Ops 2. If you dolphin dive in Black Ops 2, you're going to have to wait till you come to a stop before you can start shooting. And so sometimes that can kind of be used to a disadvantage. Also, something that I found very, very important that they talked about is that they're redoing their audio system. Um, for me, the audio can really improve the level of a game. They're changing up their ADSR reverberation system. That's going to make the game much more realistic. They're also bringing in something new called the locational battle chatter. So if you guys are familiar with battle chatter from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, if someone throws a grenade, your character will yell out enemy grenade or something like that. But with locational battle chatter, if you're running through, the example they gave was a restaurant. If you're running next to a restaurant and your character sees an enemy in the restaurant, your character will yell out something like enemy spotted in the restaurant. So that's something very important that they're bringing into this game. Because if you don't have a mic, you're going to be unable to make callouts for your team. But through the locational battle chatter, your character will kind of do it for you. So if you're running, maybe your teammate doesn't see it, but you do, your character will yell it out. So their teammate knows where they are. If you do have a mic, you can make more specific callouts, like maybe he's behind the bar or things like that. But it's very interesting that they're bringing in a locational battle chatter. Also, they're bringing in something called reactive emitters that they've placed all throughout the maps. Now, something with reactive emitters is that, say you throw a grenade in Black Ops 2. The grenade will blow up and you're only going to hear the sound from where that grenade is. But with reactive emitters, if you throw a grenade and it blows up, you might hear echoes from it behind you or things like that. So it's very cool that they're bringing this. It's going to make it a much more realistic and immersive game. Also, if you throw a grenade near a fence and you run away from it and the grenade blows up, you're going to hear the vibrations move along that fence, even if you're far away from the grenade. So that's kind of cool and interesting to see how people are going to use that to their style. Maybe they might just throw a grenade. Maybe if you're running and you accidentally bump into a fence, that can actually be something very catastrophic to you because it could potentially give away your position to the entire team because they can hear it through their reactive emitters. Different things moving. If you hit the fence, maybe it'll hit something else and that makes a noise. So something like that. Also, they did talk about esports and how Call of Duty Ghosts is going to continue in the nature of esports, and that Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be the main title for MLG 2014. They're kind of continuing in Black Ops 2's footsteps as far as esports go. Something that I'm sad that they did not talk about, but I do hope that they have this feature, is League Play. Seeing that they're going to continue in the spirit of esports, I do hope that they have something similar to League Play in Call of Duty Ghosts. That is League Play is really the only esports thing in Black Ops 2. So if they're going to continue in esports, I'm sure they're going to incorporate something similar to League Play in Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer. Also, one of the last few things that they talked about was the different editions for Call of Duty Ghosts. Not only are you going to have the standard edition, which is something that, just a regular, the $59.99, just basically comes with the game itself. They're also going to have the Hardened and Prestige editions. The Hardened edition, which is going to include a steelbook, as always, as well as the Season Pass. Quickly, something I would recommend people doing is that if you plan on buying the map packs, I would highly recommend you pre-order the Hardened edition. The Hardened edition is going to be about $20 to $30 more expensive than the standard edition, but the season pass itself is $50. And if you buy the map packs on your own individually, that's going to cost you $60. So the season pass is $10 cheaper. Buying the Hardened edition for the map packs, which is $30 more, will basically be saving you $30 because you're dropping an extra $30 to pick up Hardened edition as compared to the $60 to pick up the 4 map packs individually. So if you're someone like me who buys all the map packs, I would highly recommend you get the Hardened edition and save $30. Also, then there's the Prestige edition, and in the Prestige edition, it comes with a 1080p camera that you kind of bring with you, kind of like a GoCam. You can kind of attach it to a helmet if you're biking, and it'll record 1080p of what you're doing, or 1080i, I guess, of what you're doing. And so you can kind of create your own little action movies, action clips, and things like that. So I found that pretty cool. But for me personally, to spend $140, $150 for a 1080p camera that I'm not going to use just doesn't really sound worth it. So I already went out and I did pre-order the Hardened Edition, which I will leave links for those, for both the Hardened and Prestige Editions, in the description down below. So go check that out if you guys are interested. And remember that they are kind of limited, especially for the pre-orders. So try to go out and get them as quickly as possible before the pre-orders run out. Also quickly, one of the last things that Hirschberg said was that Infinity Ward is the best in the business, and that is so true. If you guys know me, I'm not a particular fan of Treyarch, so just hearing someone say that Infinity Ward is the best kind of reassures me, because I've always been saying that Infinity Ward is the best Call of Duty maker, even if the majority of Infinity Ward got fired. This is the new Infinity Ward, and they're doing a great job with Ghosts, and I cannot wait to get this in my hands and to play it for myself in November. That pretty much does it for the video, guys. Again, check out the description for the links to the Hardened and Prestige Editions if you guys are interested in getting those. But that pretty much does it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little video about the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal event. If you did enjoy, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, if you guys could share this video and my channel with all of your friends, I would really appreciate it, guys. But that does it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, take it easy. Peace.